Hello, I'm the Guitar Geek, and this is a video with my friend Paul, who was at the UK Guitar Show yesterday, yesterday being Sunday, and he was good enough to represent the Guitar Geek channel and go around, check out all the new stuff, speak to a few people, and get a few freebies and business cards and make something for the future for the channel. In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to chat and go through the show and find some highlights and see what Paul thought. Paul, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. How are you?
Very well, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for going to this show. Uh, I'm in Austria, if you don't know, watching this, and it's currently unable for me to fund the trip to the UK Guitar Show. So Paul was kind enough to do it for me, and now I'm very excited to find out what Paul's going to tell me about the show. Paul, you took some
Oh,
photos
it
and
was
videos.
great.
Good.
Yes, lots, about 6 gigs worth.
Yeah. Um, let's jump straight into it. How was the day?
Okay,
How was the day?
it was really good, really interesting. Different experience, kind of going as a semi-punter,
Hmm.
but sort of coming and representing the geek at the show. Um, and it went really well. It went really, really well. Loads and loads of top people there. Very engaged, really interested in what you're doing. Um, and some fantastic guitars and amps and pedals and all the other good stuff as well. So really good.
Who did you visit first?
So we went to see James Gascoigne. He runs a small boutique company in the UK called Home of Tone.
Aha.
They import stuff in from all over the world, basically, but stuff that you can't normally get. So one of the first things that I saw that absolutely stood out was this blue Prisma guitar that's this glorious offset sort of double humbucker, handmade, crafted to within an inch of its life beast. It's absolutely stunning.
I'm
But James was really interesting.
I'll just jump in there and say that I'm going to put some photos on the screen, Paul, so that the viewers, you at home, can watch what we're looking at. Get my words in the right order. Yeah, so this thing is stunning. That's an offset to die for.
Yeah, and I'm not the world's greatest offset fan, and even I was kind of convinced by that. It was a great looking guitar. I mean, everything that James has got, he curates. He
Hmm.
doesn't just go out and buy and
Hmm.
shift boxes. He actually curates. He goes and spends a lot of time understanding the businesses that he deals with. He only deals with ones that have got that kind of same passion for music. He doesn't come from a musical selling, shilling, whatever you want to call it, background. He's actually got into this, as we kind of found out as we went through the show. A lot of companies, the British companies, actually are. There seems to be this resurgence in small businesses that have started to come up through the ranks that are really making a name for themselves, differentiating themselves, with incredible customer service, but really niche, curated product sets. And James has absolutely nailed it. I could have spent hours talking to him. It was really, really good.
Well, I will be
And I believe
speaking.
you've got him on, haven't you?
Yeah, he's coming on
Soon?
soon. I spoke to him recently, and I've asked to do an interview with him because for the exact reason that you're talking about, with these smaller companies that are working really hard to bring a better experience to guitar players and musicians.
And again, it seems to be a theme of the show. We're not talking about people that have like had their career in one industry and maybe retired, semi-retired. They've been fortunate enough to come into a bit of money or whatever it is.
Hmm.
He's absolutely put his life on the line for this. He's a young guy who's passionate about music, passionate about the instruments, and he's absolutely nailing it. I mean, there's a fantastic photograph I've taken of a cabinet that he had there that's full of pickups and wiring looms and switches and some pedals. I mean, the care and attention to putting them in that cabinet and lighting them the way that he did in the first place is great, but what he got in there was even better. So yeah, all power to Mr. Gascoigne. I have to say, hometone.co.uk.
Yeah, we're not affiliated with James at all, or any of these people or places and companies that we're talking about, but certain people deserve a bit of props.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and on the complete flip side of that, with the
Hmm.
next guys I went to see were Dunlop and MXR.
Mm.
Ah, they pretty much brought every pedal. I don't. Well, there was nearly every pedal that they do, but I mean, they've got so many brands because they've got Dunlop. I mean, obviously, we all know those for their wires. Um, They've got MXR, and there's MXR standard range and custom shop range as well. And then you've got Way Huge, which are another one of their brands.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of all of that, they've got all the guitar accessories as well. And they were lovely guys. They took the time. They wanted to chat, and we kind of got a show exclusive, and not on a pedal of all the things, actually on a set of plectrums, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been doing these things called prime tone plectrums. This is the latest thing they did. They're hand beveled. So in every pack, you only get 3 plectrums in a pack. They're obscenely expensive, but each one of them's got a little certificate inside of it that says who it was that hand beveled them, and it really does make a difference.
Okay.
And they're fantastic. Actually, if I reach in my pocket here, these are prime tone. So you can see the bevel on them.
Yeah, I see that on there.
I mean, they are absolutely incredible. And like I say, these prime tone picks are the latest ones that they've been coming out with.
And what are they made of? Is it a new composite material or?
No, it's exactly the same material that they've been using for years. It's a extension of what they've been doing with Trutex. Now, what they've done is they've produced. It's kind of like the next evolution along from there, called Dunlop Flow.
Aha.
Now, these picks aren't available in the UK at the moment. I don't believe they're not available in Europe either. I think they're only available in the US. They've kind of soft launched them out of NAMM. They've not made a big hoo-ha about it. So, UK guitarist, well-known teacher and trainer to the stars, Mr. Andy James.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a signature pick, as has John Petrucci. So I think Andy will probably be, very, very happy that he's in the same boat as John Petrucci.
Definitely.
These plectrums are phenomenal. They've kind of taken the idea of the prime tone to the next level, and they're also doing a flow prime tone. So one of the things about these prime tone picks, if you can see in here, there's like all these ridges and stuff. They're actually really sticky. They're a grip. These things do not fall out of your fingers. Very, very interesting. So I've got an Andy James, and I've got a prime tone version winging the way over to you, sir, this afternoon, so you can have a proper review of them.
Thank you very much. I will be reviewing those on the channel and putting them up against the Big Stubby, because that is my pick of choice at the moment. What was next after Dunlop?
We went to see Honey Boy. So our good friend Andy that runs Honey Boy Amplifiers, he's a gentleman and a scholar. Him and his wife Sarah were both there, showing off their 5-watt and their 18-watt amps. They are stunning. Hand built,
bringing up the photo now. The one in the middle is a brown Western, I believe.
Yes.
And that is a special place in my heart because it looks exactly the same as the one that I've ordered.
And if the one you've ordered is as good as that one, you're going to be a very happy man.
Andy Smith, who is the owner and fabricator within Honey Boy Amps, he's a one-man business with a few helpers. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, mainly him and his wife, and I think he's got a couple of people that do some of the other bits.
So it's a small business up in Scotland. He is a friend of ours, but he doesn't pay us for anything. But what he has done is I've ordered a custom amp from him, the 5-watt Honey Boy in Western, which looks exactly like the one in the middle of that picture.
Oh yeah, and they sound absolutely delicious. I mean, it's a very busy show floor. It's quite a compact place. I mean, it's not the cavernous halls of Narn by any means, but there's a lot of nosebleed. It cut through it. Ollie played on the 18 and the 5-watt amps, and they were absolutely stunning. Great. And they're built and crafted again to really fine tolerances. Andy won't let anything go out that he's not happy with, and even down to like the joints and the Tolex, is absolutely stunning, and the choice of Tolex that he's got, it's just everything about them. I mean, they are wonderful things, and all power to him. He's taking a chance setting this company up, and I think it's well worthwhile sort of pointing him out. I know that he's had like a couple of the guitar magazines have been really interested in it. There are other podcasts and websites that have had a look at his stuff as well. So it's not just us blowing, hot air up people's backsides, for a friend of ours. These
No,
are genuinely
we're just jumping
great
on the
amps.
Honey Boy bandwagon. That's all we're doing. I'll have the Honey Boy on this channel very soon, so you can see for yourself.
So I went to see Sheargold Guitars.
Uh-huh.
So Sheargold Guitars, they're designed by Patrick James Eggle, who I believe is the most famous of the British luthiers of the modern time. He's worked with to bring Sheargold back as a name. It's an old 60s guitar brand that sadly disappeared. They brought it back with a bang. They were showing off their Masquerader model, which is these guitars that you can see on your screen now, as long as my good friend Andrew has put the pictures up on the screen.
I won't stop you there.
My God, these things are incredible. They're USA Seymour Duncan pickups. They're solid rosewood necks. We're not talking about having a fretboard on top of a piece of rosewood. They're solid rosewood necks with the inlays put straight into the rosewood and the fret straight into the rosewood. They've got locking tuners on them. You've got a mixture of single coil, P90, humbucker and P90, any sort of configuration that you want. They are ridiculously cheap. They're kind of in the £750, £800 mark.
Yeah.
They got them at the show for about £650. These, obviously these are show guitars. They try and make a bit back off them because they drag them around a bit. But they were fantastic looking guitars. And for the money, more importantly, for the money, they blew everything else away that we saw them today. So big props to Sheargold and Rob, who was really, really gracious. He let us film and take pictures and all sorts of stuff. So,
oh, thank you, Rob. I'm just looking at the the two photos now. So we've got the red one and the blondie one, and
yep,
the body shape is very reminiscent of a Strat, being the double cutaway, but also it has this Taylor style bridge and a Les Paul Jr. kind of feel to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I think the way that I looked at these, they're actually really reminiscent of a Music Man guitar as well. The neck, definitely. They've kind of got the Cutlass sort of feel on the body shape as well. They're just a really good hybrid mix of a lot of different guitars, and sometimes that can, end up in a massive car crash. But these things, genuinely are really good looking, really good sounding, really well playing. And like I say, for the money, I don't think there was anything better at the show. Really, really great.
It's really difficult to see a new, or rather an alternative design to what we're sort of conditioned to know, like a Strat or a Les Paul sort of shape. And that does take influence from different designs, but it works.
And I think we've got some footage of my friend James playing one of the Masqueraders. So I think that one's the P90 in the neck and the humbucker at the bridge version of the guitar. So let's quickly breeze over the matte amp green amps then.
That is something.
And stoner rock amps of choice. It's green.
It looks like it should be a different colour.
It should be maybe a slightly red yellow colour.
Yeah, in between red and yellow, maybe a mix of those two. It's gorgeous.
They kind of were about in the same era when Orange came out. They were real arch rivals. The green were a bit of a joke that they came up with back in the day, and they've relaunched them. They sound magnificent. And like you said earlier, you shouldn't ever buy with your eyes, but I mean, look at them.
But you do.
Yeah, I'll have that as a backline any day.
I can't blame anyone for using that.